Earlier on in the year, I watched a video talking about the history of Mavis from Thomas & Friends. I was very intrigued as to learn about Mavis and its history along with other characters. And I heard a bit of information about the Reverend Audrey's model, how it was made using an Airfix kit and a case motor bogie. I thought to myself, because I'm in the UK, could I possibly make this model the same way the Reverend Audrey did? So I did. I'm going to tell you how I did it today, for it's a bit different but a bit interesting at the exact same time. First off, after contemplating whether to do it or not, I ended up ordering the exact same Airfix kit that the Reverend Audrey used all those years ago. An Airfix kit of an 060 Drury shunter. Now this would come black, and I had it put away in storage for a very long time till I got the motor. Unfortunately, I could not find the case motor bogie. For it's like a needle in a haystack, if you will. I could not find it anywhere. However, after talking to Luke Ryan on Twitter, who works at the Narrow Gauge Railway Museum in Wales at Talyllyn Railway, he suggested I try and use a Triang DMU Class 101 motor bogie. So I did some research and I ordered one, and I got it for around 20 quid, and this was a month later after getting the box, and it needed a service. It needed quite a bit of work. However, within half an hour I had it going again. It needed a few upgrades before I could continue. So upgrades included, I replaced the wheels with modern wheels. That is quite difficult to do considering these wheels are not fitted for this engine specifically. I had to drill out holes, bigger holes, on 2 of these wheels I used to replace them, allowing me to add insulators and apply them to the old motor. And once that was done, the motor would run on the layout brilliantly with much more control. Next was fitting the motor to the body. First off, I'd get the footplate and I would carve a hole in the centre of it, and on the motor I would have to grind off, and I mean literally grind, metal saw and all, 2 side chunks of metal off the original motor. I do not suggest doing this, for it is risky and it actually needs a screw to keep it together. However, once I did that, the whole thing fitted. However, it is slightly higher than what it is meant to be, but it fitted quite well and better than I thought it would, so I was happy with it. And from there, I managed to find a way to lock the motor in place using a piece of wire, and I built the rest of the body. It was pretty much just a case of following the original instructions. And once that was done, and a few details had already been painted, I had to get to the custom part. First off, I would add the custom couplers, which are very strong pieces of wire, painted black. And I would add the blank areas, the side plates that Mavis naturally has. These would be made by card and just glued in place with the words The Farquhar Quarry Co. Limited and Mavis on the side of the engine. Lastly came the cow catchers. These were made by cutting up pieces of staples and glued very carefully into place. I could have done a better job, but I don't have a 3D printer, so I went with what I had available, and it worked. Once everything was just finished off, the Mavis model was complete. I am more than happy with how this model came out. It looks like Mavis, it runs absolutely beautifully, and I'm just very happy to have a new engine on my fleet that is completely built near enough exactly the same to how the Reverend Audrey did it many years ago. I thought it'd be difficult to do, but due to having the available pieces with me, it was actually quite easy to do. I hope you've enjoyed listening and watching all the images of how I built this model, and as always, when I make a custom engine review, I'm going to run on my layout. So yeah, enjoy the running session, I hope you enjoy, and I think I've got a special video coming out on Sunday where I'm collaborating with someone. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching, bye!